Hello there, my name is Davis and welcome back. Episode 11 of the Real Valladolid Career Mode Challenge Series. A tough game out last time. It was the Copa del Rey final against Real Madrid. And unfortunately we didn't come through, going down, losing on penalties. Definitely the hardest way to go. But we put a good shift in, made a good account for ourselves, took them all away. But unfortunately, when it comes down to penalties, it's always a 50-50. And the luck wasn't in our favour on the day. But no time for that. We just got a game straight away, got to focus again on the league and see out the rest of the season. Starting straight away to Sevilla. They are above us by 6 points in the league, so it's a chance to close that gap today, and hopefully move ourselves up towards those coveted Europa League spots. We are 6 points off Europa League. It's not impossible. I think we've got 8 games left, 8 or 9. Couple of tough games thrown in there, and yeah, it's gonna be a tough run in for the end of the season. This should be the last episode before the end of the season as well. We're gonna try to get through the majority of the games. I'm gonna show the highlights from these games: Sevilla, Levante, Deportivo Alaves, and Valencia. Then we'll get the in-game. The extended highlights from the Barcelona game, and then we'll finish off the season with a trip to Eibar, and finishing off the season with how we started, with a tough test against Real Betis. So yeah, before we get into it, I'd like to say a thank you to my assistant manager for the last match against Real Madrid, Neil Warnock, coming over to Spain for a bit, enjoying the Spanish sun and making an impression on the players. He's decided to stay with us for the foreseeable future, and he's going to manage his time in between managing Middlesbrough and helping us out on the sideline for the rest of the season at least. Yeah, without further ado, we shall get into the first game away to Sevilla.
And suddenly I feel your lips on me. I feel your lips on me. And suddenly I feel your lips on me. I feel your lips on me.
We finally make it to the home game against Barcelona. Unfortunately, the previous 4 games, not an ideal set of games. 3 draws and a decent win still. No losses thrown in there, so there's always a positive. 1-1 draw with Seville was probably about right. Neither team deserving to come away with the full 3 points, and it was shared nicely. Same with Levante, although we could have had a couple of winners, a couple of more decisive moments for us, and we would have come away with the 3 points there. Decent game against Alaves, the 2-0 win at their ground, but it should have been a lot more. We had so many chances in that game, and following that 2-0 win, I think we did go within 5 points of 6th place, which would have been lovely for us. But unfortunately, the Valencia game happened in what was honestly can only be described as the worst game I've ever seen. The most boring game of FIFA I think I've ever played. There was 2 shots per team by the final whistle. Neither team had a shot at half time, and yeah, I was very, very glad to get out of that game. And it did finish 0-0. So unfortunately, we go from 5 points off 6th to all the way to 7th of 6th in 10th place. So we need a miracle now, to be honest, to get into that Europa League spot, especially with Barcelona next game, and then only 2 games remaining after that. But yeah, hopefully we can spring a surprise on Barcelona in front of our home fans. Me and Neil have been thinking on the run up to this game, and I think we're going for a little bit of a different approach. Haven't tried this formation out yet. It might be a risky play going against one of the big sides with a different formation, but hopefully we can spring a surprise on them. Playing a 4-3-1-2, Ben Arthur in the 10 role. We've got Villa, who has usually played a left attacking mid for us this season. He's come into that centre midfield spot. He can play as a cam, but he's going to play slightly deeper again today. Play him on that side. And yeah, hopefully he can do a job. I've allowed him to get forward, meaning Sumare and Alcaraz will anchor that midfield and be the defensive duo as they have been for the most of the season. And once again, I wanted to get the 2 up top, Plaza and Greenwood. Hopefully they can be firing on all cylinders today. Typical back 4, bog standard, same keeper, nothing changed there. I had been starting Costa quite a lot over Yaquin just to try and get him some game time ready for next season, when I think he will be our main centre back partner in Salisu for that season. Yeah, so we'll get into the game. Quick word off Neil, get the boys going, and then we'll be ready to go.
You don't need me to tell you, it's our fucking patch. I know how physically strong they are, I know how well organised they are, I know how hard it's going to be to break them down, but if anybody can fucking break them down, it'll be us.
Barcelona typically keeping a lot of the ball so far, playing little 1-2s around me. Yeah, I've got a new signing, looks out on this right wing, unless he's a youngster from the youth squad. It's a great ball into Ousmane Dembele. Tries to find the back post, not cleared it. There's a bullet header from the edge of the box. Keeper is equal to it though. Who's that? Arthur? It's a good save from the keeper. Plaza's looking for the through ball for Greenwood, unable to find. Runs through to Sagan. Two on one. Found the pass to Plaza. Ball rolls it. He's unable to find the near post. Ter Stegen back trail. It's not even Ter Stegen. Umtiti gets a big leg in. And manages to deflect it clear. Ben Arthur ball in. Oh, it's a free header. Plaza's unable to get any sort of connection from it though. The late flourish from us in this first half as we give her away. Straight back in. Greenwood, lovely turn. Oh, it's offside. Shame. He's turned his defender, tried the ball roll inside. Unfortunately, he's got fouled out. Long way makes the tackle. last attack of the game. Takes around the keeper. He's unable to find the finish. It's an unfortunate game. We had our chances, but unable to do anything with them. And unfortunately, Barcelona take the full spoils. And with that defeat to Barcelona, it kills off the dream of a first season Europa League finish. Unfortunately, 7 points behind Sevilla in 6th place, and it makes the last 2 games of the season a formality, really. They could have been a tricky game against Real Betis. I'd fully expect us to beat Eibar, to be honest, but unfortunately we're just playing for league position now, and which will affect how much money we get at the start of next season for the transfer window. So it'd be nice to get the next 2 wins. I mean, 2 wins could potentially see us go up as high as 8th, assuming Getafe lose their next 2 games. But other than that, I can't see us moving much further than 9th. We'll see how Betis get on in their next game, and then obviously we got our final game against them. But you'll just see the highlights for those last couple of games, and then we'll see off the rest of the season. Now that is one way to finish a season. Probably our best performance of the season, especially in that first 45 minutes against Real Betis. As you've probably seen in the highlights, a massive 4-1 victory against a very, very good team. But unfortunately, we only move up the one space in the league, finishing La Liga 9th place. Respectable, very respectable, considering we were set out for a mid-table finish anyway by the club and by ourselves at the start of the season, and to be 4 points off Villarreal in that 6th spot, it's a massive plus for us going into our second season with the club, of which we will get into. Probably not next episode, but this episode after. The next episode, I will go back and review through the season. It'll be a quick video, going through my favourite games, favourite players, rating giving a player a rating on how they done through the season. Just a little roundup, really, and and then a little outline my plans going into the second season. But anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. I have been Davis. If you've enjoyed, leave a like. If you're new around here, you're more than welcome to subscribe. As I said, again, thank you very much for watching, and good night.